Hey there everyone, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. So in this episode of Review Flicks, we're going to be talking about Spider-Man, and we're going to be talking about the actress responsible for the face model of the Mary Jane character in the Spider-Man PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games, and apparently fans have been stalking her, and this story is kind of crazy. She opened up and left a message on Instagram about what's been happening with her, and it sounds pretty scary. So we're going to be diving into that story. But guys, if you are new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the movie and gaming news we have going on this channel. But with that done, we're going to jump into this article here from Kotaku.com. So, Spider-Man MJ face model asks fans to stop stalking and harassing her. Stephanie Tyler Jones posted on Instagram, "Please respect that I'm a human being." So yeah, like I said in my opening, this is kind of a scary story for anybody who works within the industry. But was it a case of a bunch of people, maliciously and willingly trying to harass somebody? Or was it just a bunch of fans who admire an actress and, kind of wanting to communicate with her, but going about it in the complete wrong way? Let's read on into the article and see if we can clear up what happened with this story. So, Stephanie Tyler Jones, the woman behind the Mary Jane Watson face in the Insomniac's Spider-Man games, recently said she's received harassment from fans, including phone calls to her workplace, where callers demanded to speak to her. In a public post on social media, she asked these fans to stop. So, in the original Marvel Spider-Man on PS4, and subsequent ports, spin-offs, and a sequel, Jones provided the face model of Peter Parker's famous girlfriend, MJ. While Laura Bailey provided the voice for MJ, it was Jones' face that inspired the character's in-game model. As a result of this, Jones has become well-known in the Spider-Man community. But recently, some fans went too far, according to Jones, and started calling her day job and leaving voicemails that made her feel unsafe and uncomfortable. So from my point of view, when it comes to this story of what we just read so far, I think it's very strange behavior for a fully grown adult that has no connection to somebody to be leaving voicemails and to be calling their day job and wanting to speak to them. I think it's very strange. It's not something that fans should be encouraged to do. There are proper avenues in order to, if you want to communicate with your favorite actors or actresses, we have things like social media where you can fire off a question to an actor or an actress on social media. You can you can tag them in it. And then if the actor or actress feels like it, they can reply to your question. And, it's a suitable avenue for you to contact an actor or an actress in a good environment where, if they feel like they want to reply, then they can. But leaving voicemails at somebody's workplace, trying to call them and trying to, demand to speak to them, it's not okay. It makes them feel uncomfortable. And as I say, it's not something that people should be doing. And it's very, very unsociable behavior from my point of view anyway. So on January 8th, Jones posted a short public letter on Instagram detailing what happened and asking fans to respect their boundaries and stop messaging her about MJ and Spider-Man. This is the thing as well, when you put yourself up for a big notable role, whether it's in a game, a TV show, or a movie, you open yourself up to the limelight when it comes to the public. The public become aware of who you are. The more popular the product that you're in is, the more kind of your face gets out there in the public. People begin to know who you are, they know your name, they know where you live, and all this kind of stuff, and you open yourself up to the kind of crazy side of the fandom. There is a lot of crazy wackos out there who, don't have that part of their brain that tells them that they're going too far, and it seems like, that part of the fandom was messaging her at a workplace, and, people shouldn't be doing that. So, quote, "Over the weekend, some followers crossed boundaries," Jane said. "One even went to the extent of calling my workplace and leaving multiple voicemails, wanting to speak to me and requesting I call back, which is unacceptable and considered stalking." Yeah, exactly. If you're at your workplace and you have some random person who you have no personal connection to is calling your workplace, leaving you voicemails and wanting you to speak to them, it's very strange behavior, as I say, and it's very scary because this person knows where you work, they have your work address, and you just don't know. They could be waiting for you after work, before work, are they going to show up in person? I mean, it's kind of scary. You just don't know what's going to happen. So, while she does appreciate the positive reaction to her version of MJ has received from players over the years, she is no longer actively acting, or modeling. Instead, she now works in skincare, which is why she asked fans to respect her career change and not message her skincare-focused Instagram or job. So here we have the Instagram post that she put out regarding the matter of, being stalked and harassed, so to speak. So let's have a quick read and see what she had to say. So, dear Spider-Man fans, I appreciate the love for my role in Spider-Man games and the positive response to my version of MJ has gotten over the years. However, I am no longer an actively auditioning actor or model. The shoots I do are now purely a creative outlet for myself and a way to collaborate with friends I love. Over the weekend, some followers crossed boundaries. One even went to the extent of calling my workplace and leaving multiple voicemails wanting to speak with me and requesting I call back, which is unacceptable and considered stalking. My skincare page is not for Spider-Man or MJ fans. Bottom line is that I came into work this morning and immediately felt unsafe and uncomfortable hearing those voicemails. Please respect that I am a human being trying to make a living just like you, and I kindly ask for boundaries not to be crossed. Messages will not be answered. I will block you if you make me feel uncomfortable, and you can unfollow me if this disappoints you. Thank you. To be fair, I think that's quite a classy way of responding to this matter. I mean, she didn't come out ranting and raving, swearing, calling, saying fans are crazy stalkers and all this kind of stuff. She didn't say anything mad. She wasn't over the top. She was quite elegant in her response, just saying, I feel uncomfortable. Guys, please, can you stop? I've moved my life on to something else now. I'm no longer, associated with the Spider-Man fandom. And I think it was quite a good response to her. And I really do hope that whoever was involved in leaving these voicemails or, potentially stalking her, that they've got the message and that they are going to leave her alone. Because like she says, she deserves to be, left alone and have her life just like anybody else does. But let's keep reading. So my skincare page is not for Spider-Man or MJ fans, Jones posted. Bottom line is that I came into work and immediately felt unsafe and uncomfortable hearing those voicemails. Yeah, I just wanted to read that bit over again, guys. Okay, anybody feeling, unsafe or uncomfortable in the workplace due to these kind of fans is just not acceptable. And like I say, if those people out there have read this message and then maybe a light bulb went off in their head and they realized, oh shit, maybe I went too far. Hopefully they were doing it, not to be malicious. They were just wanting to contact her just out of the fandom. Just, because they enjoy her content as Mary Jane, and maybe they just didn't realize how far they were going. I really hope there wasn't any malicious intent behind it. It still doesn't make it right, but I'm just saying I hope it wasn't malicious. So, what happened to Jones is terrible and frustrating. It's sadly a common occurrence in the video game communities and fandoms. Players have sent harassing messages and threats to developers. Yeah, that's real bad. Voice actors and others simply because they don't like a game or a character. The same thing happens in the movie fandom as well. We've had racist slurs, fired towards actors and actresses. And at the end of the day, they received so much harassment, they had to cancel their social media accounts. And like I say, whenever you're in the limelight, in the public sphere, and a lot of people know of you, and there's always going to be that side of the fandom who are crazy and toxic, and they hate certain actors or actresses in the movie industry and the game industry, and they just harass people for the sake of it, and it's really not good. We also seen Twitch streamers report stalkers from within their community, and a clear example of fans forgetting the people on screen are humans too. Kotaku has contacted Insomniac, PlayStation, and Jones, former talent agency, for a comment. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing more to say about this than what I've already said, Hopefully it wasn't intended to be malicious and it was just people going too far without realizing it. But hopefully after that she's put out this comment, whoever it was has got the message and they've realized that they've done wrong, and hopefully she's just left to herself and to get on with her skincare range and her normal life. But let's go down and read some of these comments and just see what people are saying, because this would be interesting to hear what, the community is saying. So I wonder if women get briefed by developers and publishers when they're hired to act or model for a game. If they're all made aware of what will happen in social media as consequences of being hired. I wonder if whoever will end up being cast as Abby in HBO's adaptation of The Last of Us, she will be made aware of that. Just taking the job, an online community of haters will target her in a campaign of harassment before she's even done a single day's work. Yeah, this is the thing as well. There's been a lot of actors in recent years who have turned down massive roles in, like Marvel films and Star Wars films. And because they don't want all the harassment and, the toxic fandom that goes with it. So they turn down roles in these massive franchises. Because at the end of the day, if you're in a Star Wars film, imagine if you're in the next Star Wars film and the Star Wars film bombs and fans hate you and you're going to get all this hatred on social media and people are going to find out where you live, and it's just going to be an absolute nightmare. So like fans and actors and actresses, whether it's in gaming or whether it's in movies, are going to want to steer clear of that kind of big, the big IPs in the future, which is a sad state of affairs. It really is. So there's a real father, I think, of this sort of a real fear, sorry. There's a real fear of, I think, this sort of bullying that might prove effective in the long run and get bullies exactly what they want, a world free of real women, filled only with imaginary fantasies and AI fakes, because no woman is willing to endure this kind of harassment. Allowing your face to be used in a fun action blockbuster shouldn't be an act of courage, it should be just fun, and then pass like a summer breeze, not something to be memorialized in an ongoing culture war. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, culture wars are heating up, unfortunately. There's a lot of people out there who have agendas. They don't like women, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And, yeah, like it had this good example here of, the recent casting of Abby in HBO adaptation of The Last of Us. She looks nothing like the Abby character. I did make a recent video on it. And, unfortunately, there is going to be that part of the fandom who are going to hate on her. And, she's going to get a lot of harassment. I hate to say that, but it probably is going to happen. But I really hope it doesn't. I don't want to be making a story about it. So websites reporting on this is sure to lower her profile. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, it's a catch-22 situation because we're kind of talking about it and it's kind of bringing light to the situation, but then it's kind of bringing it back to the forefront. So it's kind of like, yeah, I kind of get what this person is saying. What exactly are they going to say in this briefing? What exactly can they do to stop fans from being weird online? Nothing remotely useful on any level, really. Yeah, like I say, there's always going to be a wackos out there, and you just got to be safe. If you're in the public sphere, you've got to be safe all the time. You know, you've got to know where you are. You've got to know the safeties, the dangers. And if you are semi-famous and you can afford it, make sure you have like bodyguards or protection around you. Other than that, make sure you're in a place where there's cameras and lots of people all the time. So guys, we're going to finish off the video here. Yeah, it's an absolute sad state of affairs that this continues to happen to actors and actresses within movie, TV, and gaming. Hopefully, we get to a point in the future where people realize that this kind of thing is wrong. And, at the end of the day, just because people are famous, it doesn't mean that, they should be harassed in any way, shape, or form. But guys, jump into the comment section. Let me know your comments, thoughts, and opinions on this story. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.